specialize in those individuals who believe they are superheroes.
Good for you.
Welcome to This Time with Daniel Shahbaz. Today, we're talking about Glass, M. Night Shyamalan's trilogy. That is French for third film.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know.
So, as Shay said en français,
mes amis.
Unbreakable, Split, and now Glass. So let's take it from the beginning.
So Unbreakable, David Dunn, Bruce Willis, Mr. Glass, Samuel L. Jackson. A very, very simple film about superheroes and are they real, and it's a very, very grounded film.
Yeah, very much based in reality in the mundane-looking world.
It's very much a cult classic, I would say. It didn't do well when it came out, but I think people have gone back to see it after they saw Split, and I'm hoping they enjoyed it for what it is.
I think Unbreakable is one of those movies that whenever you saw like top 10 best superhero movies, it would always pop up on it and like, is it a superhero movie? Like, yeah, 100% it is.
Yeah.
I guess we're just so accustomed to how superhero movies are now, but it's very much a superhero movie.
It's a thinking man superhero movie. And here comes Split, which, I mean, Shyamalan's return to glory, I guess you could say, and killed it. I mean, the performance by James McAvoy in that movie alone was what kind of kept you in that seat.
Yeah.
It had the horror thriller elements of it too, and then when that twist ending comes of David Dunn is sitting in the cafe and you hear the Unbreakable theme creeping in. I don't know why I'm doing a Michael Jackson thing. Yeah. But it blew my mind. I remember just being like, oh my god.
Split is it's a fantastic film, and it's very much, it sets itself apart from Unbreakable because it feels very self-contained. And McAvoy's acting in that movie, he just does this thing with his face.
Yeah.
When he's changing personalities, like the muscles in his cheeks where you just know he's somebody
How
else.
did he not win an Oscar or get nominated for an Oscar?
And that's the thing with horror movies, that's a whole other topic on its own one day, but he is just phenomenal. So when we heard that there's going to be a proper sequel to Unbreakable and bringing him back into the folds, it's hard not to be excited.
Yeah, I mean, I like, again, we love Unbreakable.
Yeah.
So when we're waiting about 19 years almost to getting into this movie, you have some expectations.
Yeah, for sure.
And the film starts off very, very strong.
Right.
You kind of get back into it. You're seeing David Dunn, what he's been doing in his life day to day. He's a vigilante.
Yeah.
Elijah Price still locked up.
Yeah.
You have
the Beast. Yeah, it's very
still
much
kidnapping girls.
Yeah. It's very much like the beginning of Avengers, where you're kind of picking up with each superhero where they left off, or each character, and then you kind of see how they all came together.
Yeah.
And I love that the first confrontation of Dunn and the Beast together, because it's so well shot, first of all.
Very well shot.
But like, you feel the tension and you feel the excitement happening because you've been wanting to see these characters face off since seeing Split a couple years ago, right?
And I think that scene set the tone for what we wanted the other meetings to look like.
Right.
But it almost felt like a tale of two films, because then it just turns into something else where we're at the psychiatric ward, where we're with Sarah Paulson's character, and now we finally have, after 19 years, these two major characters, David Dunn and Mr. Glass, meeting again.
Yeah.
And it felt so mundane, so boring.
It was so anticlimactic.
I was like, that's it?
Yeah, it almost felt like we were coming into the movie late. You know, like I felt like, did we miss a scene?
Did we miss a scene where they have a big meeting?
Yeah, you want that moment of them seeing each other again to just be, like, you want to feel that, like, in your soul, you know what I mean?
In the bones.
In your bones.
Your glass bones. See, I brought it back.
It's all connected. But yeah, you want to feel that moment, but you don't. And again, there's another moment too where you see the Beast, and you see the overseer, which is Bruce Willis's.
No,
not the ovaries.
No.
You see him, and they see each other through their cell doors, and like, it's teasing a fight to come that never delivers. Yeah.
And the film has the Shyamalan twist ending, or Shyamalan twists that come into it, but then it carries on, and you're like, okay, well, what's going on here? And it felt a little unearned. Now, people always said with Unbreakable, the twist was unearned because it came out of nowhere. But, again, if you watch Unbreakable, there are obvious signs to what's happening. Whereas in this one, I guess maybe we have to watch it again, but I saw nothing pointing me in that direction.
Yeah, I feel like there was a few twists going on, or a few, I guess, revelations that happened in this movie that it didn't leave me going, oh my god. It left me going, oh, okay. Like, it just felt a little weak, and like you said, this movie feels like a tale of two movies. The first half of this movie is great, and then the second half, especially, I guess, I guess the ending of it all, the final climactic battle, goes on for a really long time.
Too long.
And I think the big thing with this movie too is that we spend a lot of time with secondary or not even secondary
characters,
less than characters that we don't really need to have their stories or their subplots happening.
No.
And I think one of Shyamalan's biggest weaknesses is that sometimes his dialogue could be very on the nose.
Yeah.
And it's very clunky. So sometimes instead of just letting these characters' actions speak for themselves, he's literally making them say what they're thinking.
They really hammer it down that this is a comic book.
They don't want you to forget.
They don't want the comic
in
book.
the comic books.
Comic book.
Yeah.
But I think that if you watched Unbreakable and you loved Unbreakable, you'll find some enjoyment in Glass.
For sure.
If you loved Split, you may feel a bit cheated by Glass.
I think that's safe to say for sure.
So I think it's safe to say you can stream it. Like I did my...
That's a little bit dangerous.
A bit too much. I think I broke my neck almost doing that, to be honest with you.
Glass neck. Thank you so much for watching our review of Glass. This is the first...
Oh, that's me typing. I thought you were going to start saying typing.
This is the first review of 2019. We have tons of movies to come this year. Please comment, like, subscribe to all that other YouTube stuff. Do exactly what Shay's doing right now.
Don't make that face.
Don't do that ever. That was his time.
And we'll see you next.